Cyril Ramaphosa arrived the country on an official visit. This came as Canada has also banned travelers from Nigeria, Egypt, and Malawi over fears of spread of the new variant, bringing to 10 the number of African countries targeted by Ottawa. It is even as the federal government yesterday began enforcement of its vaccine mandatory policy for its employees, barring them from accessing their workplaces without proof of vaccination. I mean, when this news broke, I remember, especially when the news of Omicron being found in South Africa, a lot of people felt like, this is bullying once again. This is a virus, a variant that had been found in Europe. And then all of a sudden it was discovered in South Africa. And the way the news was sort of told, it just reminded me of this proverb that says, if the goat does not tell his story, the lion will believe. I can't remember what that proverb is, but it's whoever comes out and tells the story that we start to believe.
Yeah.
But the real story is that, I mean, a lot of people are saying South Africa should have even been applauded, for being, fast-paced enough and advanced enough to actually identify this variant. What were your thoughts when news of this variant came out?
Well, first is, according to the WHO right now, Omicron has been detected in at least 24 countries around the world. So it's not something that we should joke with. But why would it come with discrimination? When it came out first from China, did anybody shut its door from China? Did we say because it's from China? And even when Trump began to say it's China virus, everybody began to shout on him. WHO stood up to say that nobody should stigmatize a country because it came from that country. But you see, things will always be different with Africa. That's the truth. It will always be different with Africa. Maybe I'm being Afrocentric.
Well, it's expected that people want to protect themselves.
Maybe I'm being Afrocentric.
Because when it did come out in China, a lot of countries had travel restrictions from people coming from China. It might have taken a while because, then it was new. Nobody knew the extent to which it was going to be damaging or what the repercussions of being infected with the virus would be. But there were such breaks.
But let the world know that it could have been that South Africa, or we imagine that South Africa did not even say anything about this variant, and all you see is that it began to spread somewhere. You can trace it anywhere.
Recently,
and apparently, according to South African experts as well, it was expatriates from European countries that actually brought this variant. But then all of a sudden, South Africa is going to look...
It's labeled for it. And Nigeria is even banned from going to Canada now because of a variant.
The US now as well.
It. I think the thing is, South Africa deserves commendation, and even the WHO has said so, because they could have discovered this and kept mum. Nobody would have known. Maybe eventually the countries in the European areas will now find out. But the fact that they even had the capacity... Now, that's what I thought. If this virus were in Nigeria, this variant, would we have been able to detect it as the first country on earth?
Okay.
It points to capacity on the part of the South Africans.
Absolutely, I agree. How many countries were stigmatized for the Delta variant?
That's before the Omicron.
I think there were.
How many?
Some people, I don't have the figures, but it's a virus. And at the end of the day, we're still in a pandemic. So it's not the right thing to do. A lot of people have criticized these policies, but everybody just wants to keep their people safe. Now, the argument would then be how effective is closing your borders in keeping people safe? Because at the end of the day, as long as there's somewhere in the world where this virus is, it will find its way into your country. So the biggest bet is to get everybody vaccinated.
One. Two is also to ensure that as people come into your country, they observe the rules of isolation and the rest.
A lot of people had removed those rules because of vaccination. As long as you're vaccinated, you don't need to do all of that. But with the fears that even those who are vaccinated are being affected by the Omicron variant, it throws up a lot of questions. Right. But I'm not surprised that people are shutting their doors. Everybody is all about self-interest and self-preservation.
Let's not underestimate that Nigeria could have actually discovered that. Let's not forget that not too long ago, Ebola, at least when the first man who came into the country came with Ebola, it was discovered, and thankful to Dr. Adadebo, who did a fabulous job.
Ebola had already been discovered. We just discovered our first case. Omicron has also been discovered in Nigeria. Now, I'm saying a variant that nobody knew existed. Would we have been able to single it out and say this is different from all that we've seen since COVID-19 started.
Who knows?
I do not think
you
so.
You don't think so? Okay. Well, Parity used to be the one that the one that used to.
Yeah, the one that opened my eyes.
Wow. See the association you keep. The association you keep.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, this isn't good. We needed one person to at least believe that anything.
I do not believe
great things can happen in Nigeria.
I do not believe that you will easily come back that way.
But how about? I mean, was this week also that the federal government also started to enforce it? No vaccine, no access. What are our thoughts on that? A lot of people have called this. You're just copying and paste. How many people? I mean, I remember you trying to get your second vaccine. Was it? Mm-hmm. And it was not available for quite a while. So how many people? I know a lot of people are skeptical about these vaccines. Why they haven't?
And they are not taking it.
So yes, we know. So, but on the other hand, there are people I remember who were asking me, where can I get this vaccine? And they didn't have access to it. So is it fair to now start to say people cannot get into work? Is it fair to mandate people to collect this vaccine? Even though they did actually, I heard that there were people who were actually given the vaccines. They had like an area cordoned off for people to get the vaccine. But is it fair? Is this something that is, I always talk about, if you copy and paste, you must tailor that, whatever you copy to how things are in Nigeria, in Africa. But did they do this with this mandate?
This is just, I think, another example of a government policy that wasn't exactly thought through, or maybe it was just supposed to be a threat. It was supposed to be a way of encouraging people to take the vaccine, because at the end of the day, I think some people who probably would not have taken the vaccine so that they don't lose their jobs, but the majority of people haven't. I have a lot of civil servant friends, and up till today, well, they are not in Abuja. I hear that the enforcement was harder in Abuja, the federal secretariat, to be precise, but in other places, So what is the essence? The government, I think, was just trying to encourage people, more people, civil servants, at least that's the people it can directly control, to take the vaccine. But I don't think it has done much for encouraging people. That's not the kind of thing we need. The kind of thing we need. People say more awareness. I mean, someone said that on the show yesterday. Let there be messages telling people why it is important, convincing people, because even as you said, there is a lot of skepticism. So people need to know that there are upsides to this vaccine and it can save your life. And that's what government needs to focus on, as far as against saying, if you don't take the vaccine before this date, you won't come to work. People just go and sit at home. And it's not like you're stopping their salaries for not coming to work.
Thank you for that statement. I was reading something earlier. It said it was a worker in Federal Secretariat in Abuja that says something that was really fascinating to me. It said that I'm not losing anything to government if I don't go to work because of this vaccine, because my employer stopped me from doing the work he employed me for to do. The point is, if you stop them from coming to work and they don't come to work, will you pay them at the end of the month? Don't forget, it was just this week that they said that the grade level 12 below can now return to work and stop working from home. And now you said they should all go back home if they have not taken the vaccine. For me, you talked about capacity the other time. I'll bring the word back here. I mean, do we have the capacity to vaccinate everybody in Nigeria who are eligible for vaccination? Have we done enough in terms of orientation and encouragement of people to go take this vaccine? Were there incentives to make them feel, understand that, okay, I need to take this? When I say incentives, it doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be anything. It could be something, that will encourage them to say, I mean, this is good for us to take. You will now lead the negligible population that wouldn't want to take it. But the truth is, when you say, if you don't take it, don't come to work, it makes skeptics to grow stronger and say, if there's nothing in this thing, you will not be forcing me to take it. If I do non-pharmaceutical, protocols of wearing my face mask, washing my hands, and maintaining social distancing and physical distancing, maybe that may give them some leeway of being confident. But when you say, if you don't take it, you can't do this, you can't do that, and they begin to think you want to get me into this thing for a particular reason.
But let me just add, it's not just in Nigeria.
I know.
A world power like Germany, I was watching the news yesterday, and now they've made it almost impossible for people who are not vaccinated to enjoy any form of amenity or even have a sort of public life. Yeah, just forced to be in your house because you have to show signs of vaccination or proof of vaccination before getting into almost every single place.
Right.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, when you see the restrictions and that you are like being boxed in a corner, you tell yourself, "Is this the life I want to live?"
And that's a country where if you walk into a designated place, you can easily get the vaccination and then you go away. But is that possible in Nigeria?
No.
A civil servant will probably have to spend 2-3 days, 4 days to get vaccinated. You know how tough it was to even get it. I know how tough it was for me to even get mine. Right. Let alone the aged, let alone those people who, and if you don't know anybody in Nigeria, I'll stop there.
Right. And I think it's also still encouraging this wasteful culture that we have, especially with the civil service. You are telling them not to come to work; they are still going to get paid. So people are not working, yet they are getting paid. It's still part of the
we say we don't have money.
Waste. Absolutely. All right, we're going to take a short commercial break. All right, when we come back, we will look at the story, of course, going on with NSAS, Governor Sanwo-Olu asking for a peace walk, getting the thumbs down or rejection from some of the activists that he had invited on this walk, and of course the panel as well. So don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Splash FM 105.5. My people, better don land. Make una come see ogbonge cable wey dem manufacture for we obodo Nigeria. Na Pure cables. Pure cables na correct electrical cable wey dey reliable, dependable, and the people wey dem make am call dey safety conscious. Pure cables get original copper and aluminium cable for different sizes dem wey you fit use for electrical wiring level for anywhere. Whether na your house, abi na your office, the price nko e no dey tear pocket at all. Nationwide distribution don start. For more information, call 0808 030 3257. 0808 030 3257. Pure Cable and Wire Limited. They have print compound, 40 gate, 122/132. Oshodi Papa Expressway, Iyano Solo Bus Stop, Lagos. Pure Cables, Nigerian electrical contractors endorse am. SON approval. Pure Cables. Na Yubico.
Babe, that girl dey use something.
Which kind something be that?
Check am now. See how she dey always dey smile.
I know wetin she dey use, and she dey use am 2 times a day.
Peruse be her secret.
ABZ na the secret. Close Up get antibacterial zinc. ABZ wey go give you 3 times more protection, 3 times more freshness, pass your normal toothpaste.
Chai! Everybody must hear am.
Yes, so. New Close Up with antibacterial zinc. Triple the protection, triple the freshness.
Bode, now what you dey find for kitchen?
My dear, na spoon to drink off medicine.
Honey, take comics. Just here, drink and get relief.
Yes, so summer comics for scratch throat. Comics get dextromethorphan and guanfacine. Just here, drink and get relief from cough. Ide kulele to drink.
I dey relief now. I love comics.
Now, Orange Drugs Limited they distribute comics. Products will make you drowsy. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Comics, Ide kulele.
This weekend, predict the scores of 6 football fixtures and you could win 50 million naira for free. What's more, even if you miss the jackpot, there is still 1 million naira for the player with the closest predictions each week. So, could that be you? Visit www.superpicks.com today and start predicting. Terms and conditions apply. Super Picks. Play for free. Win for real.
Take selfie chats with your friends. Do the legwork, play your games. Hansbro gon' make you happy. Oh yeah, now make me happy. Mario's Day, milky treat today. Hansbro makes me happy. Oats and milk that all the way. Hansbro makes me happy. Oats and coconut is sassy day. Hansbro makes me happy.
Turn up happy moments with Hansbro.
Hansbro makes me happy.
Everything there for Black Friday.
Oh yes, and it's exclusive to Konga Yakata. Get extra 10% discount when you shop on Konga.com or Konga retail stores nationwide with your Access Bank or Verve cards. Before you buy anything this season, check prices on Konga.com. Konga, the e-commerce group you trust.
Home It's not a place. It's a feeling. And no matter where you find yourself, no one brings you close to home like Netflix.
I am Labu, God's worst punishment in a person.
The politics of this world, the rich gets richer, and the poor, poorer.
Your mother was one of us, and that makes you one of us.
Do you want this life, or you would rather the life you were born into?
So, this season, expect more. Nollywood is home on Netflix. Download and sign up today on netflix.com to enjoy the best Nollywood movies and series wherever you are.
I've got dreams. You've got dreams too. But a dream doesn't become reality through magic. It takes hard work, determination, sweat. It takes sweat to raise the bar and be the best version of you. It takes sweat to change the game. It takes sweat to be outstanding, to challenge the status quo and show the world what you've got. It takes sweat to be unstoppable. Sweat it, don't smell it. Use Dubai antiperspirant deodorant with 48 hours protection to stay unapologetically fresh every day. Endorsed by the Nigerian Association of Dermatologists.
Imagine the joy that fills your heart when you have just given birth to a bouncing baby. Imagine the excitement that energizes you when you hear the news that your first grandchild has just been born. Imagine the comfort you get knowing that mother and baby are having a good night's sleep. Yes, that is the assurance you get knowing that Vitafoam has the perfect fit mattress for all body weight. With our Buy Right chat, you can get the best mattress that goes with your body weight. Don't just buy a mattress, buy a Vitafoam mattress designed to fit your body weight from any of our accredited dealers nationwide, or visit us on www.vitafoamng.com to place your order today. Vitafoam, the fine art of living.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Christmas and jollof, Devon Kings. Christmas and jollof, Oshala, Doshaju, Christmas and jollof, all you are very sure. Christmas and jollof, Kings of the season, cooking on. Kings of the season, not drink. Kings of the season, seasoning kill. Kings of the season, jingle all the way.
Devon Kings, great value every day.
There are so many things you've got to worry about, but there are certain things that shouldn't cross your mind, like being stranded on a weekend because you don't have access to cash. Introducing a convenient, easy-to-use, and safe way for you to do all your financial transactions. Now you can send and receive money, deposit and withdraw, pay for airtime and data, or pay your electricity, water, or cable TV bills with TouchPoint by Total Energies. TouchPoint, your one-stop shop. Just walk into any Total Energies filling station near you to enjoy.
Ó ga o, ò lè ṣàì má fọwọ́ pọmọ rẹ lára gbogbo gbà.
Ọ̀rẹ́ mi, ṣé ò rárọ ọmọ mi ni? Ṣé o rántí wípé gbogbo ara ẹ̀ ló sún tẹ́lẹ̀ torí ìlédìí àtòoru? Ṣùgbọ́n látìgbà tí mo ti ṣàwárí baby tributan, lára ọmọ mi ti ń jọ̀lọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ń dán. Kò sì sóhun tó ń jára sísú tabóoru mọ́.
Mo rántí lóòótọ́ ni. Túbọ̀ ṣàlàyé nípa baby tributan fún mi.
Apilẹ̀ṣẹ̀ baby tributan gẹ́gẹ́ bí àkọ́ṣe òògùn fún àwọn ọmọdé tó jọ̀lọ̀ fún ìdáàbòbò àti láti gbógun ti ara sísú látàrí lílo ìlédìí tàbóoru. Lo baby tributan lónìí kò sì ṣàwárí àṣírí àwọn ọmọdé tó jọ̀lọ̀.
Baby Tributan ní èròjà clotrimazole àti istamol nínú rẹ̀. Ẹ rí i dájú wípé ẹ̀ka ìwé pélébé tó wà nínú pálí Tributan ní gbogbo ìgbà. Tributan, iléeṣẹ́ Fifteen Healthcare PLC ló ń ṣe é.
It's part of our lifestyle naturally. We wanna tell our stories effectively. Do it now like a C30. Yeah, Nokia C30. Real wide screen, so flex on it. Clear pictures, that's why I love it. What? Nokia C30. Yeah, Nokia C30. We can do this all day long, thanks to the battery that will last for long. Nokia, love it, trust it, keep it.
No one can appreciate Gabriella like Isabella. No one can appreciate Peter like Paul. Just like no one can appreciate Mom like another mother.
That's why 3 Crowns Milk wants to make moms appreciate each other and give their heart out this Christmas. Just use your phone camera to scan the QR code on the 3 Crowns pack and nominate other moms that deserve amazing goodies this season. You could get amazing goodies as you nominate. 3 Crowns Milk. Healthy moms, happy families.
Ní gbogbo oṣù kejìlá ọdọọdún, every December, tún àwọn ògo rere máa ń dó yàtọ̀. Ìdí ni pé àsìkò ọdún ni bàbá Kérésì tún máa ń bá wọn mú ẹ̀bùn wá láti Rome.
My dear.
Yes.
Àwọn ọmọ rẹ̀ máa ń yọ mí lẹ́nu pé àwọn fẹ́ lọ wo Father Christmas.
No problem. Wọ́n máa lọ kí wọ́n lè lọ catch fun.
Wò wọ́n mà ti dé torí pé wọ́n gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ Father Christmas.
Daddy, take me to Father Christmas. You know my Father Christmas.
Ẹ má worry, mọ́mì yín máa kó yín lọ.
Thank you, Daddy.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Bàbá Kérésì ti Splash FM àti Lágìlú FM ti balẹ̀ bàgẹ́ sí Palms Shopping Mall, Ring Road nílùú Ìbàdàn. Pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹ̀bùn tó jọjú, àwọn máa ṣojú lóge, wọn á tún ya fọ́tò. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni oríṣiríṣi orin aládùn tún máa dún sí wọn létí. Àwọn gbajúmọ̀ òṣèré sinimá, olórin àtàwọn agbóhùnsáfẹ́fẹ́ máa wà níkàlẹ̀ láti bá wọn ṣeré. Ìdíje oríire, raffle draw tó wà ní sẹpẹ́ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀bùn kẹ̀kẹ́ hẹrìmọ̀. $1,500, 1,500 naira. Lọ́mọ ká fi wọlé láti December 1 títí di 24. 20% discount wà fún gbogbo àwọn iléèwé tí wọ́n bá kọ́mọ wá. Father Christmas ti Splash FM àti Lágìlú FM ní Palm Shopping Mall, Ring Road nílùú Ìbàdàn. Ọdún ayabo.
Hansbro makes me happy. Take selfie chat with your friends. Do the legwork, play your games. Hansbro gon' make you happy. Oh yeah, now make me happy. Narrows Day, milky treat today. Hansbro makes me happy. Oats and milk that all the way. Hansbro makes me happy. Oats and coconut is every day. Hansbro makes me happy.
Turn up happy moments with Hansbro.
Hansbro makes me happy.
Splash FM 105.5.
Morning Splash.
Morning Splash.
Morning Splash.
All right, welcome back. It is still your favorite breakfast show on the radio with your favorite breakfast show host. And we thank you very much for joining us. We're just taking a look back at the week and some of the trending stories. And this week, we also got the story of the Lagos State Governor's reaction to the panel report. He had decided to do a peace walk and had invited some of the activists that were at the forefront of the NSAS protests. Some of the activists, of course, turned him down. Some people said, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, you will walk alone. Here's Seun Kuti, who says with the headline, Sanwo-Olu's walk for peace, political move to secure second term. This is what Seun Kuti said. Fouls the bad guy, Folarin Falana, says Sanwo-Olu's peace walk invite is a disrespectful joke. While I think Mr. Macaroni, Adeto, and some of the other people too also just said, you know, he was sort of majoring on the minor. He's not focusing on the issues exactly. All right. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on? Do you think this move was political? Was it tied to a second term? Of course, politicians are always been political.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you go for that walk and they take pictures, videos, and use them for something else, how do you defend that it wasn't the walk or it was the walk or something? Well, the bottom line for me at the beginning is that when that report came out, the only song that came to my head, and I said it on Wednesday, I said it on yesterday, was this Peter Tosh song, you know, there cannot be peace without justice. The people that were in the midst of this thing have not seen justice. They have not accepted.
How can there be just peace without justice?
Yes, they have not accepted that your position aligns with theirs. In fact, the first thing in that white paper was that the government considered the figures, I'm sure Chacha read it, I read it too, the figures that the panel quoted as people that died are unacceptable to them. They even said they were assumptions. And so, from that basis, nobody who was a staunch NSAS protester and who also believed what happened in Lekki was not just an injury, but people died, and not just one person died. They cannot come and work with you. I don't think Wajide Sanwo-Olu should be asking people to come work with him when their thoughts are not aligned. You see, some people believe, even till today, that nobody died at Lekki, particularly from the government side. Some people believe that it was a phantom.
Yeah, it was like insult upon injury.
Yes,
when
so
people say that.
So and so all the people that believe that people died at Lekki, you are asking them to come. Second is that some people also have believed strongly that NSAS protest was an attempt to remove government in power, and so it was more like a civilian coup on the part of the young people, and so you still want these young people to say, we want to come and work with you. The third thing is that some also believe that the attempt at that protest was to burn down Lagos, and so they still hold that against the young people and call them arsonists, call them hoodlums, and so I don't think Wajide Sanwo-Olu should be calling them to work. It should be looking for ways to make their thoughts align and be able to understand where they stand.
Right. Now, Seun Kuti calls it a walk of shame. He said Sanwo-Olu should say is, what Sanwo-Olu should say is that he'll step down after his first term because this work is more than his power. But no, he wants to jump straight to peace. This walk of peace is an insult to matters, a walk for Sanwo-Olu's political career. If this goes on, we must declare work for justice. Sanwo-Olu cannot win second term in Lagos State. He knows his career as APC governor is over, so he's trying to build a new alliance and call himself governor of the people. But that can't happen.
Do they want to walk past the lies that government told at the initial part?
I think what also bothers me is the fact that yes, people are having these issues with the word massacre because 1 million people didn't die. I mean, the fact that we have zero value for lives, even if one person died at that toll gate, I don't know why for us. So
we needed to use excavator to carry
dead bodies is what they. I mean, for them, okay.
I think the letter that Sanwo-Olu wrote quite lengthy, but I took the time to read all of it. In my opinion, he probably had seen the white paper, and then this was supposed to just calm people and make people feel that yes, the government has some sense of guilt. Maybe not regret, I don't know, but it was as if he was trying to calm people down and put out the flag of peace before the general public eventually saw the white paper report, which basically just rubbished the work that the panel did. As for the reactions, I'm not surprised. People were disappointed with the reactions from government officials, even before the Lagos State commented on the panel's work. So it didn't quite come as any surprise. At the end of the day, though, how I feel about all of this and how it has played out is, given these conclusions and how things have happened after the panel submitted his report, why did we have to have a panel then? Because it just doesn't follow. If the panel was supposed to investigate and then the government was supposed to act based on the conclusions of the panel, and the panel did its work, it had reputable members selected by the state government, why is it now that the government doesn't seem to have confidence in the work that the panel has done? It makes a mess of the whole thing. We could have all gone ahead with our lives and no panel would have been settled. But some others will argue that the panel did some good. 420 million have been paid to people who are victims of police brutality. So there's some good in that. But at the end, it's just disappointing. That's the way I look at it. Very disappointing.
Beyond disappointment, Festus Keyamo said it's illegal.
I intentionally have not wanted to talk about that. Like I saw the headline. I didn't say anything. I did.
I watched the interview and I felt really bad that I did.
I did, and I said I'm not going to
to engage in it.
Yes, and I didn't talk about anything that had to do, because I felt like, come on, this guy was there when the panel was being said. He had concerns. Why didn't you at that time speak up? It was at the end, because the end results, and that's what everybody's saying, because the conclusions didn't tally with what the government had hoped. Now it is illegal.
Wow, and it's sad to see someone like a Festus Keyamo on that side, and speaking in this way. If it was on the other side years ago, we know how he would have been, how he would have reacted to this. So
it's just a testament to what government and power does to you.
You speak based on what side you stand on. So that's sad, really. All right, so we're going to open phone lines in a bit. 0809-155-1055. But I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago that I talked about bullying, because it was anti-bullying week, and I focused on bullying. And it felt like bullying is normal, which was a few of the reactions I got. But unfortunately, this bullying ended badly, as it does with a lot of schools, and I'm sure it is usually just underreported. There was just a few days ago, a 12-year-old student beaten to death by classmates. The story broke at Dowen College in Lagos. Dowen College released a statement, a long statement. The management of Dowen College in Lagos debunked the news making rounds that a 12-year-old student of the school, Sylvester Oromoni Jr., was beaten to death by his fellow secondary school mates. I'm sure a lot of people I know people who have told me gruesome stories of what they went through in secondary school. So I'm not really surprised, but and this is a 1 million naira a term school. So we're not talking about FGGC, whatever, we're not talking about that.
We'll go for you now.
I'm sorry.
She didn't say anything. I mean, I'm an FGGC student, and I know what we had to pass through. So that's true. So I can't be paying 1 million. There are reasons why I'm paying 1 million now, because the school is top notch.
Yes.
You take care of my child.
You do their laundry for them.
And then I will now lose my child. It's just it's unthinkable. This story is just heartbreaking. That's what it is.
For a parent, it's something that you don't even want to imagine. For a parent, you don't even want to imagine. I don't even want to talk about how much they pay in the school, but I don't even want to imagine. I just want to imagine.
Why are young people so? Why are they so? Why? What would make a young person do this?
I think comfort could also be a reason.
Boredom.
Yeah, when you have everything that you needed, and then you have no challenges.
I think it's just the thing with boarding school. People just find it's whether it's very expensive or not so, or government.
The fact that their parents are not there.
Culture in boarding school of bullying, of putting people down, of trying to join a gang. Whether it's an all girls and boys, you find these things everywhere, and it's not today. This thing has started. Maybe now it's taking different dimensions, but I think it has been there. It has been there, Titi.
Tribune contacted the school. The school has now this nice, tidy press release that they've released as if to say.
What do you expect from the PR issue?
It's crazy. But this boy is dead now. And he mentioned 4 students. He said they're trying to get him into a court, secondary school, 1 million naira. And then, of course, he refused. They were bullying him, and eventually they gave him something to drink or something. He mentioned 4 students. Now, blogs need to be very responsible, though, because they now put the face of these 4 boys out there, story that you haven't really verified yet. Apparently, allegedly, the parents have flown 2 of these boys out of the country already. So you knew that this is a story of power. And it's going to obviously be interesting.
More money.
We haven't forgotten Deeper Life School situation as well. Where the boy, they said they were putting sticks and things up the boy's anus.
Yes.
Lord, I don't know.
But the truth is, we also need to raise our children in such a way that they can understand when they see bullies and they know
cry out
what to do the moment they spotted it.
Yes. Some of the schools ignore them. They none of them cry out, but they don't.
I have children, and the moment they tell me a slight story that I could feel bullying in it, I'm up in the school immediately. The following morning, I'm in that school.
That's because you have the luxury of having your children in a day school.
At home.
In boarding school, sometimes this boy's situation may not have been
They don't have access to their parents?
It's not even that. There's this need, it's not in all cases, there's this need to want to be among, to want to be accepted. this guy, if it was that, he probably would have agreed. But a lot of people don't speak because they want to feel, they don't want to feel ostracized.
Yes, because if you do report, you are going to also be ostracized even more.
So
in a boarding school,
I think. You have to, and you're just making these decisions by yourself there in the boarding school. You don't have your father to gist or your mom to say this is what's happening, and then it's based on what you decide at the end of the day. Sometimes, and they're children. I mean, they can't see all the angles. It's just what is the reality at the moment that encourages their decision, and it can end up bad. I think
this is bad.
I just don't believe that
the 12-year-old bad.
The children, as we raise them, we have a responsibility to get them to understand what bullying is and what to do.
Exactly.
If you put your child in a school as well, really, I mean, we should also be very careful as to what we can be saying to them, even in those schools. If any child reports this kind of a thing to you as a teacher, make it something that you blow out of the roof. It's just something you let sleep.
The housekeeper or teacher that's frustrated because of a 25k job.
Some schools have the teachers that are doing the assault.
Yes.
So
it's true. So this conversation,
at this point, I'm quiet.
It's sad because a 12-year-old is dead now.
It is.
And his parents have to deal with that grief because, they put him in a school that they thought he would be safe. He's not in one school where, they thought he would be safe. And I don't know who is raising this people who are the bullies. Who's raising them? We need to do better because everybody is thinking, I don't want my child to be bullied, but these bullies are people's children too. So what are they learning from home, or what are they learning? Where are they learning these things that they know to bully and kill a child
that badly?
We need to do better. As a society, as parents, we definitely need to do better. These bullies belong to people as well. All right, so we've got somebody here. Let's take. Okay. Oh, here we go. Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name, please?
Tokumbo, actually. Good morning.
Good to have you here, Tokumbo. Go ahead.
When I read the news, it's actually sad. But I think lately, from my own experience, I don't think this thing is about money anymore. There are a lot of kids who went to public school and they were doing well.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? But I think the problem with these kids is like, this boy, it didn't start in a day. Obviously, they would have been bullying him quite some time. That is why parents need to listen to their children, because if you are too busy, you go to work and come back, the child trying to talk to you and all that. So obviously that bullying didn't start in a day. Do you understand it? But maybe they were too busy to listen to him at home, like, I was just school activities today and all that. But I think these things are not just about being in an expensive school and all that. Because I had female friends who were married, and later on found that their husbands were gay. And from the whole storyline, it started from boys to boys boarding school.
Yes.
Do you understand? Because I've had issues with friends like that they were really disappointed. And from the history, it was boys hostel, like all boarding school, boys alone, and all these things happen. So it's not just about being an expensive school. You need to listen to your children. It's two different things. I can bet you that didn't start in a day.
Absolutely.
They would have been threatening all these little, because I'm sure they would have probably regretted what they did. But obviously, if you had spoken up earlier, maybe contacted the school, told his parents. The parents were too busy. They waited to meet the school administration and report like, my child has been coming home to tell me certain things. Certainly, obviously, they have prevented this from now. That's all I'll say. I don't think it's about being in an expensive school. That's all.
Right. Thank you so much. Absolutely. I think people have different reasons for putting their children in boarding schools. Some people really just don't have time.
I think what is giving me an information. Hello.
Okay. Hello. Good morning.
Oh, it's gone. I had students of Anglican Commercial Secondary School, Total Garden, engaging PMS boys at Orita Mefa.
Oh my days. Engaging what?
PMS boys at Orita Mefa.
There's like a scuffle.
Yeah.
Between Orita Mefa Baptist School boys and
PMS boys, they called, I think.
Total Garden. Oh wow. Well, someone can verify that and give us
okay.
Okay, up to the. But unfortunately, we don't have any more time on the show. Thank you so much for listening and being a part of the program. I'm sure if you have comments, I wish we could take them. But until next time, when we're back, I'm Ronke, Giwa, Onafuwa.
And I'm Oluwaseun, Akinola. Have a wonderful weekend.
My name is Jerome. Bye.
Splash FM 105.5.
Bode, now what do you find for kitchen?
My dear, now spoon to drink of medicine.
Honey, take comics. Just here, drink drink and get relief.
Yes, so summer comics for scratch throat. Comics get dextromethorphan and guanfacine. Just here, drink and get relief from cough. Idekulele to drink.
Are they relieved now? I love comics.
Now, Orange Drugs Limited, they distribute comics. Products will make you drowsy. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Comics, Idekulele.
This festive.
I feel good.
Because I choose non-stop sports action.
But you also brought someone along who's not a member.
Yeah, I choose local drama filled with suspense.
We've got a serious case of the wedgies.
For my kids, I choose cartoon shows that are full of laughter.
I feel good.
Hell yeah! Choose over 135 channels full of joyful entertainment. You too, choose joy this holidays. DSTV, it's your moment.
Today is a good day. A good day to take a walk. A good day to reach for your goals. A good day to finish reading that book. A good day to connect with your friends while doing the things you love. A good day to shoot your shot. A good day to enjoy life to the fullest with Malta Guinness.
Malta Guinness. Enjoy a world of good.
Special season.
Àwọn kan wà lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí tó ń kojú nǹkan tá à ń pè ní sweet palava ìdààmú dídùn bí akin.